I remember growing up as a young man with I used to go see my dad. He lived in South Florida, around Miami area. And we used to make that journey from Georgia down to Florida. And one of the most painstaking time was when we used to ride and get in the car. My mom, she would cook chicken. And we get in the car and I have to smell that chicken all the way for about 100 miles plus until we got ready to eat lunch. And man, that was so hard. She used to always cook chicken, always have snacks and a couple other things. So we would be good and we'd be like, we wouldn't have to spend no money in restaurants or anything like that when we travel. Now on the way back, my dad would bring me back once I spent the summer with him. And I remember my dad used to get off of work and it'd be like on a Friday. And it'd take a couple of hours after he get back to work, freshen up, wash up, whatever, and then we'll leave in the middle of the night. And we'll drive from Miami all the way up, maybe 4 or 5 hours, and then we'll stop at a rest stop. Back when you could stop at a rest stop, and we would sleep until the morning. We wake up that morning, go get some breakfast, and then head on in back home. I'm saying all this to say I remember when there was practicality to what we did. We didn't just spend money just to be spending money. These times and these days, we're gonna have to be strategic and really think about what we're doing and what we're spending our money on, because it really needs to count. He drove at night. He used to tell me he drive at night because less traffic means less stop and go, which gave him fuel efficiency. And it was cooler during the day. So back in the days, them big old motors, they run cooler. Then they burn less gas, less oil, and all that good stuff. So he traveled at night. He really liked traveling at night. There used to be times where we used to prepare meals and fix meals. We didn't go out just because we were out. We pay so much on convenience. We pay so much money on convenience. Back then, a whole chicken wasn't but like $1. And it would be, sometimes family members would ride down with us and we'll all eat for under $2. We eat our whole meal for under $2. It's crazy. Now, you get a chicken, you get lucky, you get anywhere from $6 on up to $10 to $12. Now, if they cook it, or if they rotisserie, that's an extra $8 to $10 for them to do it versus you doing it. Inflation is definitely increased like crazy, but a lot of the money that we make have not increased that much. One of my viewers asked me a question like, what are you going to do during this recession as far as investing? What is smart investing? What are some things that you would do that you just want to make sure you conserve as best as possible? Number one, cut down on eating out, cut down on buying luxury items. Investing wise, I have decided not to really invest that much into stocks, not go as hard. Still will be investing, but I'm looking long term over short term. Dollar cost averaging. I just won't go real hard. I don't pull back some of my contributions, but I'm still doing the contributions because I want to see what the market does. Right now, we entering into uncharted territory. We don't know what the market's going. Irrigation, a lot of water containments. I'm going to do some decking, maybe some shelter, some alternative shelter. Definitely boost my ammunition a whole lot more. I'm going to be doing things that I can tangibly touch, feel, and see, have access to at any time. That's definitely where I'm transitioning to. I'm going to really invest more into tangible things that I could touch and feel. Also going to be saving, looking for those opportunities during the time where there may be drop prices on certain items. Real estate, I'm really not, quote, looking for real estate. I'm always looking for additional land, always looking for that. See some good deals, I'm gonna jump on it. I wanna be prepared and be in a position where I can. As far as gold and silver, we'll continue to just maybe every now and then buy a little bit of silver, because gold is still way out of reach right now for me to really be tangible, just buying it hard to invest so much into it. I will use some of that too as leveraging and to diversify my portfolio. Definitely going to be transitioning more bonds, good long-term bonds as well. Looking for investments to residual income. I'm going to be looking for things that I can invest in to create residual income. With the uncertainty of my ages approaching in the next decade or two, retirement, definitely not where I want to be at, but I'm gradually working on the building blocks to get there. Don't have a lot of confidence, don't have a lot of faith in Social Security. I don't know why I listened to the Senate speak about this topic today, and no one brought up changing the caps. If you're making $200 and some odd $1,000 per year, anything higher, you don't have to pay for Social Security. I think that is totally unjust. It's uncalled for. They talk about waste. They talk about waste spending. I believe that if you collect, or if you plan on collecting, or if you're working just like the rest of us, if the withdrawal is 1.6, if we paying 1.6% of our income into Social Security, why do you have it cut off where the wealthy people don't have to pay? It makes no sense whatsoever. And I get it. A lot of the wealthy say, well, I don't need it. But you know what a lot of wealthy do? They'll have, like, say, if my grandchild, I don't need my Social Security, so I just put it in a savings for my grandchild, and I'm perpetuating this cycle of this financial gap, which I'm not mad at. You can do whatever you want to with your Social Security. But we talk about deficit. We talk about over the next 8 years, it could reduce down to 20%. Why don't we just stop doing these caps? Let the rich pay their 1.6%. We will have surplus. We will far exceed the expectations. Then on top of that, I guarantee you, it should give us a nice raise increase as far as retirees, because they need it. You can't live off the amount of money they give you. You can't self-sustain yourself off of that, because these retirement plans, these 401ks, these 401bs, they're garbage, straight garbage. And we've been sold a bill of goods, and the corporations have been put off the hook. They no longer have to be responsible by having pensions or anything like that. And they say, they quote, give it to us in our own hand, but we know that the corporation will open up a retirement account. You put into the retirement account, they get benefits off of it. They get kickbacks. The account holder, the account manager get kickbacks, and you get the rest that's left over. And they say, oh, you went up 6% this year. You went up whatever percent. Now, there has been talks about maybe placing our Social Security into the stock market. Absolutely nonsense. Absolutely nonsense. You're talking about Ponzi scheme. Now that would be a Ponzi scheme. All we're doing is making rich people richer. It's enough of that. Let the average working person alone, and at least allow them to have a dream that they can build upon. At least allow them to get an opportunity that they can enjoy the fruits of their labor. Why in the world would you want to compromise the everyday hard-working citizen? It's clear that we carry a lion's share of the weight as far as production, as far as producing, as far as work and everything else. So I don't understand why I do, but I don't like the fact that we completely ignore our veterans, our everyday working force. So what we have to do, we have to make sure we seize our opportunities, and we make sure we got to take care of ourselves, because we can't depend on no other government entity to take care of us. So we're going to have to strategize. We're going to have to get out of debt. We're going to have to pay stuff off. We're going to have to stack our bread. We're going to have to seek opportunities, look for opportunities where we can get a residual income, investments where we can get a residual income, invest in businesses, invest in a lot of different things that generate revenue. Otherwise, we're going to be in a rough situation. I think homelessness will go through the roof. I think if we cut a lot of these things that we really need as everyday working people, I think there's going to be a lot of heartache. It's going to be a lot of struggle. I'm hoping that won't be. But one of the things I want to encourage you to do, as things get a little bit tighter, even if you're not affected directly, you will be indirectly affected when you watch the prices go up. You watch a lot of stuff. Build your endurance level by just cut down on your spending. Try to get as debt-free as possible. And then also diversify your investments. Invest more into more tangible goods, and try to do some things that you kind of enjoy, and you need to take some time out for your mental stability too, to sit back, relax some, but then at the same time, be very diligent about what you're doing. So these are just some things that I think that may help. Of course, I'm not a financial advisor, not a financial expert, but these are principles and things that I'm just applying, and I'm just sharing them with you. It's no guidance or anything like that. It's just me sharing some of the things that I'm doing. Right now, I have a dog right here. He done chased at least 3 deers so far, and now he's all hype. He's running all the deer away, which I don't understand. So he's been on it. He's been chasing deers all evening, and he's hyped, and he's been just on tip. Well, nevertheless, y'all stay well, stay blessed, and don't forget to keep on growing. Grow. Take care, y'all.